Hey guys, welcome back to LQ's Creations. I hope you're having a good day, a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, whenever you're watching this. So today I have a really fun things that I received from Spellbinders, and it is the November Kit Club. So I received, as always, just some of the Kit Club at the beginning of the month, and so I make with what I receive, and then if I get time I will try to come back later on in the month, because this month's set is really cute. This month's set is called Charmed Life, and so it's kind of, what is this, got a little bit of everything, like a purse, you know, charms in there and all kind of stuff, hence the name Charmed Life. So few things about Kit Club. Kit Club is usually, if you're new to Kit Club, it's a Spellbinders monthly like kits that you can sign up for. You can sign up to just do, if you want, like if you just want to do an embossing folder, or if you want to do the small die or the large die of the month, you can do that. Or you can sign up for the whole Kit Club, like some of us have done, and which is called the whole caboodle. And so usually, and then there's usually like a plus add-on that you get with it and everything. And then you kind of get a little bit, I think, rewarded at the end of the year, because Spellbinders will come out a little bit more about that next month. But anyway, so it's open from the 1st to the 27th. Now, going back to the 1st, from the 1st to the 5th, if you're already signed up with the Kit Club, is when you can, or you know, make changes. If you say, okay, this month I don't necessarily like the whole caboodle kit, I may just want to switch to getting a few of the items, like the big large die of the month or the small die of the month. You can do that. That's when the window is to open and make changes. From the 6th to the 27th, sometimes the 28th of the month, depending on how the days fall, they open up is when you can, if you're new and you want to open up and subscribe to the Kit Club, is when you can. But any of the Kit Clubs that you sign up for, you will get 10% off of your order. So that's the benefit of signing up for Kit Club. So anyway, I hope that explains a little bit about how Kit Club works. And so anyway, let me get to the cute little items I received this month. So the first thing that I'm going to go ahead and start out with is the 2D embossing folder. So I don't know if you can really see it, but it makes a really cool lattice effect. So yeah, that picture's not very good. Apologies. So let me go ahead. There we go. Now I can see it. So as you see, it makes like this really cool like lattice effect to it, and it looks like it's got change and everything. So that's gonna be really fun to use as a background for cards and all kind of stuff. So that's how that one is. And the embossing folders are usually 6 by 8, so it covers a lot of real estate. So if you want to use it to make a slimline card, a 6 by 6 card, you have more than enough room to do it. You can even get, if you're really creative, you can go ahead and cut normal A2 size cards and get 2 panels to go through at the same time and make 2 at the same time. So that's how that works. So there's that one. And this one is called Luxury Lux Lattice is the name of the 2D embossing folder this month. So there's that. Next we is the stencil of the month, and it is this little guy. So this particular month's stencil, and it's called Cherry Chic. And so it makes like these really cool cherries and things in the background. And so I think that's going to be really cute and fun to use for just something, you know, as a background. You know, hey, you can even leave it as that pretty pattern there and just put a simple little sentiment on there. So there's how that one works. And I believe you get, let me see, let's count them. You get, my fingers will work with me. Okay, so in this month's stencil, you get 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 5 stencils. So that's how that will work out to make it really easy to build that whole scene for that. And so that should be fun to play with. So there's the stencil of the month. So then next we have that I received is the stitch dot of the month. And so the stitch dot, and also too, as I always say, don't forget Spellbinders is really good about putting in their item description. If you scroll through the pictures, you'll find diagrams. If you're not really sure what a die you know, does or cuts out, then you can go back and look at the diagram, and they're really good about pointing out what's what on there, so you know what cuts out what. But anyway, this one is called Forever Fabulous. And so when it sets up, it makes this cute little guy. So it's a little dog and a little purse. So how cute is that? So in the die set, you've got this big one that cuts out that you use to make the stitch background, and you don't have to make stitch. If you know already me, I will do some stitching, but hey, if I can, if it looks good, I will go ahead and do it without stitching. So we'll see. Still not sure what I'm going to do. But anyway, so how this one goes, there's the handle, there's the t-shirt for the dog. I believe this one, yeah, this is the pattern that makes on the sweater, this little die here. Here's the little cute dog's face. You've got the eyes, the ears, ears inside, the part that cuts out the dog's ears. This set here, again, and go back to the diagram, it shows you what these pieces are. So that's kind of how that is. Not really sure, but I know I'll find it as I'm going. Oh, I know what it is. It's the different color for the little cute dog's face and everything. So this is going to be really fun to play with and set up and make this little cute guy here. And so we will have fun with this one. So that's the stitch die of the month, and this one's called Forever Fabulous. That'll be fun. And then last but not least, what I received from Spellbinders is this one. So this is the Glimmer of the month, and this one is called Luxe Links. And so as you see, it makes the lovely like background that you can use on, you know, purses. Especially, I know we all have seen this design on like you know, luxury purses or just purses in general. And so that'd be really cute to do and make and stuff like that. And so we'll have fun with that. But anyway, the glimmer color of the month is Blush. So that's how that one's gonna cut out and everything. And also tip of the Kit Club, if you sign up with the Kit Club at the time, so let's say you do choose to sign up for the Glimmer of the Month, they send you these rolls of foil with it. If you sign up later after, you won't receive the roll of Glimmer. So just kind of keep that in mind. So anyway, back to the die set. So you get this lovely one here that you can foil and use for stuff and just make a really pretty background. And then you do get a couple of sentiments with it. And if I can read this, because I think I have it up. Here's to another. Apologies. Can't really read that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to, as I get going, I'll read it then. But man, I really can't see that. Yeah, so sorry about that. I will write it and make reference to later on in the video. Anyway, so I am going to choose some papers and things like that and have some fun making some beautiful cards. And we'll get going. And as I said, get your groove on. Okay, so as you can see, and I apologize for the bright light, I'm gonna cover it up here. And so it's raining here, and this, I have to admit, this is a different day when I'm finishing this up, but I did have fun. Had a deadline I had to meet that came in for LQ shop. So anyway, and while I was also in the middle of this, my caboodle came in. So I had all the lovely pieces from this month's kit club. But let's remember where I did start from, that Spellbinders was so gracious to send me. So from them, I normally get the stencil of the month, which was this one. And apologies, I forget the name of the stencil. I'll get the rest of the caboodle here, and then we'll go over what's also in the kit. Then I also got the Luscious Links, the Glimmer of the Month from Spellbinders. I got the Stitch Dot of the month, which is called the Fur Ever Fabulous. And that's the pieces that I received from Spellbinders that they were so gracious to send me. But if you are a subscriber to the Caboodle Club, what you get, oh, and then of course the 3D embossing folder, and I apologize, I've sat it down somewhere, but also too, you get the Glimmer, and I get the Glimmer of the month sent to me to be able to do that. So I'm gonna quickly just review. So if you are in the Caboodle, which is the whole Caboodle, you get everything, and then there's also sometimes one free extra thing that you get with it as well. And so, and if you are there, you get the wax seal, which I'll start out with that. So the wax seal looks like this. So this particular one, it's 3D wax seal. You get, it's, what is it called? Chin Chin. It's a glass. It's a like a wine glass with the bow on it. So I think that's gonna be fun. And this particular wax bead colors is called Coral. So it's a bunch of corals in there and just all pretty, you know, things and stuff. So didn't get a chance to play with this yet, but hope to. So that's the wax seal of the month. Then you get the this one is the clear stamp and die of the month. So here's the dies and here's the stamp. So in here, is it in backwards? No. Oh, okay, so let me read it. So the stamps that you get in here is thanks for being my go-to girl, best brunch buddy ever, paws down for my brunch date and best mate, sending smiles with every step, and then just a really cute picture of a girl and her dog, and then a girl going shopping and her little dog. So there's that, and that's the stamp and die of the month. Then this is the add-on for this month, and isn't that cute? With the little pig. And so when pigs fly, isn't that the truth? And so there's that, and it's a 4-piece set of that. And that's how that little guy looks. Haven't had a chance to play with it. Kind of kept the cards simple. I'll get to those in just a second. But I wanted to go over the whole caboodle so you would know what was in this month's kit. Then you get the 3D embossing folder. And then actually I'll keep the embossing folders together. So the 3D embossing folder is this really nice, it's called Petite Tuft. And as you see, it makes like this really cute tough diamond shaped pattern. And so it's raised how the 3D is, but I just love Spellbinders 3D embossing folders. And so there's that. And then here is the 2D folder that I did receive a sample, but yours, of course, will be packaged like this. This one is called Luxe Lattice. And so it makes like this really cute chain lattice effect. So this was really fun to play with. And apologies, I hope the light is okay showing. I had to turn on my big light because, again, it's so dark here right now because it's been storming here in California. And, well, in my part of the state. And so there's the 2D folder. Then next we have the Better Press, and there is my sample stuck in there. So as you can see, and let me get a dark piece of paper so you can actually see the pattern of the 2D folder. And I apologize, I should have took the other one out of the package too. but here's a dark piece of paper. So the 2D folder looks like this. So there's all that lovely chain lattice pattern that it makes in there. Again, these are 5.5 by 8, so you can cut, you know, and make like 2 panels of, you know, A2 size cards, or 1 5 by 7. It just all depends. And so there's how the 2D looks. So as we put that off to the side, so the better press looks like this. So you get a picture of a girl walking her dog, holding her cup of something. They're on their way going somewhere. And then the sentiments you get in here are: for real, you're my fave, charmed to know you, life is better with girlfriends, life's more fun with a little flair, thanks for showing up in style. So that is, and it's called Pause in the City. And this is the better press of the month. And then again, here's the stencil, which is called Cherry Chic. So it makes a really cute cherry pattern. You'll see that in just a second. And so there's the stencil. And then here's what I also received in my samples, which is the Glimmer of the Month, which is also called Lush Links. It makes this really cute pattern. And it's got a few sentiments in it. And I got a clue. Let's see if I can read it. It says, here's to another... I'm not sure what that says. Yeah, I'll have to stamp it out and see, yeah, what it says. I think it's because I'm trying to read this upside down. Saw this and thought of you. So that's what that saying is. And this one is, which it's upside down. Oh, here's to another year styled well. I think that's what it says. So there's that. And then of course you get the cutout dies. Sorry about that. Need to have my glasses on to read better. And then of course here is the stitch die of the month. Here's the other cute ones that I really liked. So in the caboodle, and you can also sign up, which is, this is the small die of the month. It's Let's Do Lunch. And isn't this cute? It's eggs and bacon. And it's a wine glass there. There's one for waffles. And then you get some sentiments in this. So that's how this one looked. Isn't that cute? I cannot wait to use this one. And then it says, let's do brunch. And it says, thanks for showing up in style. So that's the 2 sentiments that you get in that make that really cute banner. But isn't that cute? So yeah, to do the eggs, bacon, and toast. Or waffles. And it's got the little part there to cut out the little hands for them. So this is going to be fun to play with. And to get a chance. And then, of course, which you'll see, I actually ended up using this little set. But this is the large die of the month. And this one's called Charmed Life. So this one makes like these cute little charms, like a teddy bear. You can do like how Coach, you know, you get the bags and you can tie your lovely scarf on there. Or actually you can do it on any bag really. And then it gives you bows in here and just all kind of stuff for the lock. And it was just really cute and fun to play with. And if you turn it over, here's a diagram, just kind of giving you an idea. Speaking of diagrams, you can always go back on the item or product description of any die set that you want from Spellbinders. Scroll through and they have it where it's, you can print it out too, but if you go into it and it'll blow it up to tell you. So let's say like you're not sure what this, all the pieces to make up the teddy bear. On the diagram, it points out and tells you, okay, no, this piece is for this piece is for that. So if you need reference or guidance like we all do, because I mean, hey, I'll be honest, I get really easily confused of what is that piece supposed to do? And especially if it doesn't stand out right away, I will go back on there and take a look to see. So, but also here it has like this little thing that you could do chain. This would be like the strap for the purse. Just all kind of really cute stuff. I think you could use this to make like a coin purse. Just really cute, fun stuff. So there's that. So I'm going to do this. So let me get myself ready. So the reveal, the first one is going to actually start a little different. Is this one. So what I did here was a little while back, I was out playing with my inks and things like that. So I ended up making like this really cute blotchy ink where I just threw a bunch of ink from the Tim Holtz mica sprays. And so I just used a bunch of those and kind of dropped them on there and made this really cute colorful background and just let it dry and put it off to the side, because I'm like, okay, well, I know eventually I'll use it for something. And so I was looking because I wanted something different. I was like, that's it. So I used it on this. So what I did was I did this, and then I took the 2D embossing folder, ran it through the machine, which it was this folder here. And so I came up with this pattern. So it's got the Luscious Links pattern on the back. Cut out one of the sentiment, life is better with girlfriends, put that on there, and then just stamp the girl and her dog holding her purse going somewhere. And that's how this little card front came together. So I didn't put it on a card yet, but if you put it on, I just like to sometimes do this because it makes it easy for storing. This is what it's going to look like on a 5x7 card front. So there you go. So for now, I'm not going to glue it down on anything because I'm not sure who I'm going to give it to. I'm one of my girlfriends, who knows. But when the occasion arrives, I have something already ready to go. So that was card number 1. Card number 2 is this one. So I had fun with this set here. So I took the Glimmer of the Month, and so as you see, here's the Glimmer of the Month. I made a really cute pattern, and then I took, of course, the foil and foiled the image on there. And this particular foiled color is called Blush. So that's the one you get for the month. And so let me take that away because my camera is having a hard time focusing. And so I used this, and I did that on the background first. And then I just put it on like a, what is it, a 4 1/4 or 5.5 piece of paper, glimmered it. And then I took this one and cut it out to give me the shape of the purse. And then I took the die, cut that out with some really pretty iridescent metallic. It's not silver, but close to silver, but it's iridescent. And then I used the chain to cut that. I used... for the hook here, I used the die, this one, so it cuts out all these. So that's how I got this, and that. Hooked it on there so it does move and everything, the little charm, so it'll swing. And then, of course, I cut out the little lock for the purse and everything. Cut out using this to cut out the little tie there. And then simply used the better press and just made a bunch of, and cut out the sentiments and just put on the charm to know you. So there you go. And so, and then of course I used it on some other distress paper that I have as to give it just a little bit of a different background. And that's how this little sweet card came together. I just think it's really cute. It's really fun. And again, it does move. So yeah, there you go. So it just some kind of interaction. I thought it was cute. And so that's how card number 2. Nothing, of course, nothing in the center yet. But again, have a nice card for whenever I need it to give to one of the girlfriends. Or in particular, aunt. She loves purses. So I think she would get a kick out of this. So here's that card. And card number 3, which I used 2 things. I used the stitch die of the month, and I used the stencil of the month to make this cute little card here. And there's the card. This is my favorite little card. I actually did take the time and stitched it out. I used some of the Spellbinders metallic thread and cut this out black, and then just took some silver metallic, my favorite color, and just went on and sewed it, and then I backed it on some silver metallic to give it just a little bit of depth and dimension. I cut his little outfit out of... I used a bunch of Spellbinders paper. So for his the sweater background color, I ended up using this one, which is Windy. For the other little parts of the sweater, it was the coral. So I used Sicily. I used that and thought that came together. For his face and everything, I stuck and used, I know I used fawn, and I used raven to cut the eyes, just some white cardstock. So I used fawn, and then I used, to give us some color contrast, because I'll be honest, I really didn't want to go from that to that. I kind of used a different craft card that I have to cut out the rest of his face, and that's how that little cute card came to be about. So that's how. For the background, I used some of my, as you can see, I used some ink in there to do that, and just inked it up and had fun doing all that. And then just came, and then I just, again, from the Better Press, just put "For real, you're my fave." And that's how this little cute, sweet card came to be about. So it was really fun playing with this. Again, did colors out of my norm, and just had fun with this little cute guy. And yeah, so there's that. Not sure who I'm going to give it to. I do know a few dog lovers. Not ones that carry their dogs, you know, in their purses with them, but they're still animal lovers like we all are. So I just thought this was cute. So again, had fun. Was able to come back and play with the whole caboodle this time, because I'll be honest, this video is a little late. But kit, at the time of when I'm making this, Kit Club is still open all the way till, I believe it's going to be the 27th of this month. So you still have time to go ahead and, you know, join in and pick whichever one you want. Or if you want the whole caboodle like I get, and things like that. And so there, I believe Spellbinders is also going to be having a Black Friday sale. I haven't seen anything quite come down yet, so don't quote me on that. But stay tuned. I'm quite sure if you are part of the Facebook group, or if you get the monthly notices, there'll be more to come out on that. So, as we all know, we're all waiting for those good sales to come out. So, I want to say thank you to Spellbinders for, one, sending me my samples, and two, yes, for just making a really cute, beautiful Kit Club this month. Again, thank you, Josie. She makes just the most wonderful and beautiful designs. That little clap and there comes from my friend Suzanne, and who doesn't love her. Hi, Suzanne, if you're watching. Again, just really cute, and how this came to be about. Simple, elegant for us purse lovers, dog lovers, or just a little bit of everything. So I am still going to come back again with the long shopping, chatty, a little bit about Greece, just a little bit about everything that's going on over here in this little crazy part of the world. So until then, or until the next video, I will catch you guys in another one. And I hope you have a good morning, a good day, a good evening, whenever you're watching this. Bye.